I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep in love.
What is up, Fox? It is I, Jet, your friendly neighborhood stalker. I'm sorry I haven't made a video in like 4-5 days. I had my second epidural injection and I felt too busted to make a video, but I think I'm okay now. I wanted to do a reaction to Tati Westbrook's video because it looks like comedy gold could come out of it. Or I would get the feeling to bust my head up against a wall over and over and over again. But we're gonna go through it anyways, because you know what? We watch videos together and cringe in unison like the family that we are. Comments where comments are due. Slap on your happy faces, act like you want to be here. Let's get some work done. And this is going to be fun. I just have a feeling it's either going to piss me off or it's going to be funny. Let's get some work done.
It's been a long time coming.
What a jackass. It's been a long time coming. Did that bitch just mean something sexual and I didn't get it till now? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
For me to share with you some very, very important things. And I am going to be reading from what is approved by my legal team. So I am, once I start getting into what I need to share with you guys today, what I feel is important to share with you, I won't be deviating. And it's at the advice of my legal counsel. So there's...
Oh, well, that really makes it sound like your whole speech is genuine. Not phony at all. Not scripted. Definitely not. No one will think that shit.
So much going on YouTube and in the world. And I just, first off, I do want to request something. Actually, before that, I just want to tell you that I missed you guys. A lot. And I'm sorry that you haven't seen me in a while. And I'm hoping that this video clears up a lot of the reasons why I felt I could not be online over the past couple of months.
Where the fuck did she go? Anybody? No hands out there in the class that can tell us where she was during this time? No? What was that? You in the back? Oh, we don't give a shit. That's a good answer. You're gonna get a treat later on. Good job.
I have missed making videos and I've missed you so much. But I do want to ask anyone watching this that believes in anything higher than themselves, that believes in any higher power. You know, all higher power, all God is love and the root of love. And I am a woman of faith, and I've been praying every day over this event, scandal, whatever you want to name it. And I just ask that you press pause for a moment, and even just for 10 seconds, just cover this in prayer, because there is so much healing that needs to take place.
Go fuck yourself.
There was a lot of injustice, and there's a lot of truth that needs to come forward.
People's career. I got bronchitis or some shit in, you know? The chest herpes? Is that a thing? Chest herpes? I guess not.
But it is not going to be easy, and it's very painful. And I don't wish harm or hate on anyone. And I just want to make that very, very clear. I'm an imperfect person, and I do my best to be caring, kind, and loving, and I screw up, and I make bad choices. And I think that we all right now, we go online, and it's really easy to make terrible choices, even with how you cast a vote on your what your opinion is of someone's, you know, news story, or, you know, whatever is going on in the world, or just anything you see in the media right now. Be mindful. You know, we're made to feel like we have to follow the herd. And there are so many AI bots and accounts that aren't even real that influence your opinion on whatever narrative is out there. And it is just left me feeling really heartbroken. If enough people have one opinion about something, it feels like the masses turn the tide really quickly. And I've witnessed that, and I feel like I've experienced that.
I know she didn't just do what I think she just did. Did she honestly just say that she thinks that the shit on social media, the lies, when fed to people, weaponize them, basically? Did she just say that? She alluded to the fact that in the James Charles bullshit, that she was a victim of basically cyberbullying. What a skeezy asshole. How can you do that? And by the way, Tati, you look fucking ridiculous. You can't make your complexion look like your background. That's a no-no. I mean, you match and all. But you should be ashamed of yourself. Makes you look like an idiot. It's a perfect match, though. There's a round of applause for that.
But it's even worse, like stepping back from the picture and not being like so close up to it, and actually stepping back. And with all of the sadness going on in the world, you see how quickly the tides turn. And I just want to inspire you guys.
Someone's been fucking around with Amberlynn. I just want to inspire you. How about you don't inspire me? And as we part, not as friends, maybe as acquaintances, I will give you a large cup of fuck off. Power people. Go fuck yourself.
Or just empower you actually to look further into yourself and your own opinions, and don't follow the herd. Follow your heart, really. Because I thought I was following mine, but I was listening to the wrong people. So if you can take anything from this, it's listen to your heart first, and always, and don't bend on that. I feel like sometimes we're afraid to be ourselves in this world. Like, our freedom of speech is expanded in areas and limited in others, because the second that someone jumps and disagrees, it feels like so many jump with that, and you feel voiceless and afraid to speak up. And I think that's a scary part of the world right now, that some of the good is suppressed and voiceless.
See, this is what I don't like. Okay, the people that have social anxiety can't be this bold, but on the internet, just like the other people can say what they want, you can say what you want. Because just like them, they're hidden behind a computer screen, just like you. So grow a sack, get some balls in it, and get a spine. I swear to God, how have you made it this far with being a pussy? I mean, having an extra one. You know what I mean.
And I'm not here for that, and I want to speak as much of my truth as I legally am permitted to do. And so I'm going to share what I can, and I love you all so much, and I'm grateful for anyone that has come here to hear my experience of 2019. So, talking publicly about a wound in my heart that I don't think will ever fully heal is not something I ever wanted to do. I avoided it, even though I felt the heaviness of so much disappointment. Until today, I made no comment, and I have made every effort to move through this with dignity. The reality is, every day I've struggled quietly trying to rebuild my now poisoned reputation. The heartbreak that was born from this scandal still lingers, and I feel it won't ever have the opportunity to completely heal until I uncover the truth from all parties involved and their motivation of it all.
Are you serious? I don't know anything till I talk to every party and get their blah 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 blah, their motivations. You are a bucket of dumb shit. You know that, right? You made a video trying to ruin an 18-year-old's fucking career over gummy bears. Yeah, you did. There's the motivation. Jeffree Star probably wanted it done because he's competition. I don't know. Shane's was probably to get drama for his fucking docu-series. There's the motive. I think out of all three of you, you had the fucking stupidest one. There. Everything's solved. Somebody get in the mystery machine with Scooby-Doo and head my ass home to everything I love. You can sit here with a thumb in your ass.
For over a year now, every time the scandal is revisited, either in the mainstream media or through social platforms, I become the #1 target of relentless hate while remaining voiceless. I've lost over a year of my life terrified of social media and terrified of speaking up against the people that used, coerced, and manipulated me into uploading my video in May of last year.
Yeah, that always sucks when someone comes to your house, puts a gun to your head, makes you upload a video that you cried in. God, I hate it. Put a gun to your head and everything. Bitch. Are you retarded? Just asking. For a friend.
As a result, the damage to my health, relationships, reputation, business, and general well-being have been enormous.
You ruined someone's career and the shit wasn't even true. What is wrong with you? How are you making yourself the victim? How is this even possible? How is this even possible? How? How is this possible? Okay. I'll keep going.
The platform that I love, this platform that saved my life and that changed my life, has become toxic.
Bitch, this is YouTube. YouTube. What the fuck are you talking about? The only one fucking up shit on YouTube is you. Yeah, you and Jeffree Star and I don't know if Shane like does mafia bullshit on people. But you and Jeffree Star are toxic as shit. You're all about that bringing people down bullshit.
And what it needs now more than ever are peacemakers. We need to find our way back to the beginning through forgiveness and leading with love. We need to rebuild a safe place to escape again. Our world seems to be falling apart all around us, so the last thing you need me to do is fuel more hate by releasing my receipts and voice memos. But I know many of you are needing some answers, as well as a long overdue apology for the role that I played. Also, by the way, these are my words. I did write this, and this is from my heart, but I am being careful here, and I think you guys understand why. Back in December 2019, after Shane and Jeffree's series ended, James Charles came to my LA home, and we compared DMs, texts, and stories about what had happened behind the scenes. We apologized to each other, forgave each other, and agreed to wait patiently until it was safe for me to share my story. Since that night, James Charles has repeatedly said that he wanted to be beside me for this video. But I felt it was important that I do it alone, because he deserves my first apology. And I am really sorry, James. And I've said that privately, but I want you to hear it publicly. I'm sorry.
He shoots, she scores. Sorry. She finally got her apology. James needed that apology. Like a year ago. I like the waterworks. She can turn it on and off whenever she wants. I don't know. I'm not buying it.
To provide some context, it's important for you to know that I love James Charles. He has a special place in my heart. And that never changed, even when I was hurt. I promised my dad I wasn't going to cry. I've been trying to feel... Can't do this. I've been trying to feel strong enough to do this video because I want to feel strong.
While you're at it, why don't you take off one of those 3 necklaces? It's way too much. You should only wear like 1 necklace. It's really just bragging at that point. I'm just saying. You're just running around saying, I wear 3 necklaces because I can afford it. It's like, you should see my house. Shows off that I'm rich there too. I mean, who wears 3 necklaces? It just looks stupid. I'm sorry. This is just boring the shit out of me. So I'm finding entertainment in other places.
I don't feel like I'm able to talk about any of this without getting emotional. So forgive my emotions. This is really difficult stuff. I was always more of a mentor than a friend to James Charles. I was someone he could lean on if he needed advice. He came into my life after he had sent me a tweet in 2016, and I met him in person for the first time at a Generation Beauty event in New York. Not long after that, his CoverGirl deal was made public, and he was off to the races. I was a proud friend, and I wanted nothing but good things for him. A few months later, he was a guest at my wedding, where he did my makeup for my wedding day. It's still my favorite memory of us, as it was a gift getting to know him before all of the success. James Charles has made his fair share of mistakes.
Gummy bears. A whole rack of gummy bears.
And has been in scandals. We all have, but I always believed in him, as he had a rare ability to improve himself through any situation. In the past, if I was upset, it never lasted long. He is gifted with turning pain into strength, and I've always admired that. However, prior to the scandal last May, I'd started growing frustrated with what I perceived as a progressing sense of entitlement, and I felt that he was making some detrimental choices that could jeopardize his career and safety. None of my concerns became overwhelming until after I met Shane Dawson. When I made my video, I expressed my opinions about James Charles's behavior. I expressed how much a specific decision he made that I perceived as betrayal hurt me. I was very worried and heartbroken, but I did not want Charles a predator, and I never said that James Charles was a danger to society. My video was not made with any malice. I did not publicly air any of the horrific accusations that were being made behind the scenes. While I was definitely upset that he had accepted a sponsorship from the biggest rival to my brand, Halo Beauty, I did not make my video because of vitamins. I made it as a result of all of the poisonous lies that were fed to me by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. James Charles's Sugar Bear Hair sponsorship and all of the drama that had kicked up afterwards, that was just my breaking point.
Girl, what's wrong with you? You know you got rid of that kid over some motherfucking gummies of the bear variety. Why you keep trying to play us? Just admit it. Admit it. I killed James Charles' career for gummy bears. Try it. It's quite freeing. Repent. Ye shall be somewhat saved. Give it a try. Tell me if it works.
Yes, I'm a grown woman. I'm smart. I can usually spot deceit and manipulation a mile away, but my guard was down from being heartbroken, and I allowed myself to be worked by Shane, Jeffree, and others. After my video went up, I was never served a lawsuit or any cease and desist letters. I only privated my video at the request of YouTube because YouTube said it was a bad look for their platform. James, I am so sorry that I allowed myself to be poisoned and weaponized against you. I'm sorry that I bought into any of their lies. Believing those lies and allowing myself to be gaslit into making that video is one of the biggest regrets of my life. I should have tried harder to reach you over those concerns in person. and I'm sorry for giving up on you. The information they were giving me was terrifying. I thought your career and freedom were in jeopardy. I was trying to get you to put your phone down and seek help because I was told there were a lot of victims that were going to come forward to destroy you. I was foolish for believing them. I was scared. I thought if I called you out, you would put your phone down and stop the detrimental behavior I was being made to believe was true.
Tati. Tati. You know that's bullshit, right? So straight up bullshit. You know damn well that calling out a YouTuber for any issue does not do what you think it does. And you know that. You know damn well what happens when you put out a video like yours. The nutcases and supposed victims jump on the train. So I think you knew that was going to happen. There's no way you could have thought that I'll put out a video about him, trash the shit out of him, and that will make it so no one else comes out with their own issues with him. That will make everybody stop. Oh, you stupid? You've been on YouTube that long to not understand whenever you put out a video bashing someone, anyone, that opens the floodgates for just anybody to jump on in. I mean, someone found a black face of Shane Dawson, and now look at him. See? So she should have known damn well. And I think she did.
James, I apologize for uploading that video. I should have known better than to fall for their lies and manipulation. But in the end, I failed. And instead, I allowed Shane and Jeffree to put a wedge between our friendship. Jeffree Star first contacted me early in his YouTube career wanting to meet. But it wasn't until 2017 that we started speaking. I knew that Jeffree had had a lot of drama in his past, but when he came to me, he presented himself as someone who had changed and was trying to be better. I saw his pain and I felt that I could be a positive influence. As time went on, I learned that being friends with Jeffree Star was like being friends with a lion. Yes, he may have been dangerous, but he was always really kind to me. From time to time, I would see improvements, which were followed by setbacks thereafter, but overall, I thought he was growing as a person. And again, I thought I could be a good example for him. I even tried to get him involved with my favorite charity.
I love how she's totally talking about Jeffree Star like he's a 2-year-old. Kind of makes me happy on the inside. He's like a lion. He fucks shit up, but he's nice to me. I wanted to be a role model for him. So I got him into my favorite charity. Oh, shit. No one is a good role model for Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star is Jeffree Star.
Diverting from script. P.S. I am going to be speaking on my real life more freely, I hope, in the future, and the things that I think are important. I have participated in this charity for years on end now, and I love their work, and I had it in my head that if I could pull Jeffree somehow into like being a role model or feeling like a role model, that could be really empowering to him. And when you empower someone to feel good about feeling good, it will help them change. And if you just tear someone down, no change. So I did try to get him involved with my favorite charity, Spirit Awakening Foundation, which helps at-risk kids that had found themselves in legal trouble but are trying to change their lives for the better. My intentions with Jeffree were good, but I was a fool for thinking that I could ever help him become a better person. In 2018, I saw from the sidelines what happened in Dramageddon 1 with Manny, Laura, Gabriel, and Nikita. That should have been to me some big red flag of what happens when Jeffree is unhappy with someone. But for some twisted sense of civic duty, I thought it was my responsibility to stay in Jeffree's life and try to help him become a better person. When Shane Dawson's first series with Jeffree happened, from all outside appearances, it looked like Jeffree was actually changing for the better. He was accepting responsibility for things that had happened in his past, and he was pledging to be a better person. I believed him again. During those first 2 years of knowing Jeffree, it's important to note that we did not actually spend much time together. I was invited a few times to go to his home, but I usually declined. On the 2 occasions that I did go to his home, I did not stay long because I don't smoke marijuana and I just don't like to be around it. Likewise, he came to my home on a few occasions and he also did not stay long. So the vast majority of our relationship was primarily by FaceTime, telephone, or texts. Sometimes weeks or months would go by without hearing anything from him. Though I recognized this pattern, any suspicion that I had of being used was clouded by the hope that he actually cared for me and that I was a positive influence in his life. As a result, I usually would take his snarky statements about others with a grain of salt. One thing that he did that did concern me a lot was how he would frequently comment about how much dirt he held on other brand owners and members of our YouTube community. I believe that he actually held blackmail material on many people and was capable of destroying the entire community. This worried me about him, and I stayed and I tried my best to be a positive influence.
She's aware that this is fucking YouTube, right? YouTube. YouTube. Okay.
My opinion, he's gonna go off, guys, and I don't think anyone, I don't think he will hold back, and I think we need to be prepared to understand that we need to forgive the people that he is holding hostage with veiled threats of exposure. We need to be prepared to forgive them. Otherwise, this won't stop. So prepare to not cancel everyone and give them a chance. It's not right. It is not right to try to trap people into saying things that they wouldn't otherwise say. It's not right. I was blind. I was so blind. And I don't want any part of it anymore. None. None. Back in 2019, Jeffree started talking a lot more crap about James Charles than usual. It seemed that doing so had become his biggest obsession. It started with him telling me right before filming our collab together for James Charles's channel that James Charles actually didn't want me there, that he had wanted Nikki tutorials instead, but said he had had my back. Things further escalated at my birthday. Every time James Charles's back was turned, Jeffree would tell me that James Charles was out of control. He even texted and called me the following morning to apologize for James Charles's behavior at my birthday dinner and how embarrassed he was for me. I initially dismissed it as jealousy because James Charles's career was on a rocket ship at the time, but as the weeks went by, every time I saw or spoke with Jeffree, it seemed to me that James was all he wanted to talk about. I even met with Jeffree in his Killer Merch offices in March to discuss Jeffree developing and managing my merch. And as we were touring his warehouse that was filled with sisters' apparel, it seemed that all he could do was speak poorly of James Charles. Over the next few weeks, Jeffree began talking to me about how Shane Dawson was a big fan of mine and wanted to meet me, and how I should be involved in their docuseries. Eventually, Shane reached out to me by text and started DMing me on Instagram. Shane said I was the queen of makeup reviews on YouTube, that I was his favorite beauty channel, and he wanted me to teach him all about makeup. I didn't know much about Shane Dawson. I knew that he was viewed as the king of YouTube, and he had done amazing series with Bunny, and I hadn't watched much of anything else other than Jake Paul series and, of course, the series with Jeffree. In all honesty, I was looking forward to meeting Shane. I had actually hoped he would want to help me tell my personal story one day about all the pain and heartbreak in my life that led me to wanting to start my own YouTube channel back in 2010. I wish I had researched him better. I wish I had watched his old videos. I wish I had educated myself and I was aware of his earlier content. All I knew at the time was that Shane Dawson was the most adored documentary filmmaker on YouTube, so I invited him over to my home to play with makeup and to get to know him. Shane came over one afternoon in April and I opened up and shared things that I've only shared with my closest of friends. I shared that I had been the victim of sexual assault. I spoke about my faith and told him how deeply I feel for others. He shared with me that he was an empath and that he could feel all of my pain. He pledged his unending friendship and loyalty to me forever in this life and in the next one. He told me that God had called me to be a beacon of light for the world so that it could be a better place.
I'm sorry, you guys. I can't do anymore. This bitch has officially lost her mind. Yeah, I can't do it. There's not a damn thing I can do with this one. Her fake crying, her reading that script that her lawyer wrote, it's just bugging the shit out of me. Yeah, I can't do it. So annoying. Ugh. Plus it's like 40 minutes, I think. Yeah, like 40 minutes. And I'm not down for a 40-minute video of her fucking crying and all that other shit. Well, I hope you like the 20 minutes I decided to go through. Alright guys, like, subscribe, share, but if you don't, it's perfectly fine. I'm an asshole. Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna go to bed. Tati Westbrook is so fucking boring. Well, if you guys don't decide to like, subscribe, or share, I'll still be sitting here in front of this camera, talking to myself, as per usual, with a dog that smells like rotten eggs. Someone gave him a noodle that that had Alfredo sauce on it. Even though we don't give my dog table scraps. And now he's gonna blow his ass out all night long. Can't get a break. I just can't. He's a disgusting beast. Just a big disgusting beast. Lazy too. Well, that is it, folks. Hang your happy faces up. I don't want to clean them. I learned my lesson. No house fires. There's no sex in the champagne room. Remember that. There is no sex in the champagne room. There really isn't. I've also heard you can't touch the little ladies giving you a lap dance. You can't touch them. That's horrible. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Again, sorry my videos are a little late. I'll try to get on a more reasonable schedule for you guys. I will talk to you later. Deuces.